Hey guys, what's going on? Jason from JAC'sDrumShack. Just wanted to share with you quickly this Imperial snare drum. Imperial drums are out of Switzerland. This was actually given to me by Bobby Dommings over at San Marcos Music Academy. I'm not sure what we're going to do with it yet, but I'm happy to report that we got it back in working condition, and it's a pretty sweet little drum. My best guess is that this is from the 40s. I'm still working on doing the research on it. This particular company actually is still around, it's still in business, but it's hard to find definitive information on a drum of this style with the particular features that it has. So let's go through some of those features right now. All right, so first of all, very nice drum badge, very classy looking. You can see here it's got the single point lugs, but they're offset. So it gives it kind of a neat look. There's the butt plate there, and then we've got the throw-off lever. The cool thing about this throw-off lever is it functions much like a Rogers Dynasonic rail system. It's not quite the same, but it has a similar effect. So if you take a quick look here at the bottom, right now you can see these snares are off, but they're off of the drum evenly. Typically in your more modern snares, when you take the snares off, the butt end side is going to be a little bit higher, and then the throw-off side is going to be a little bit lower. So basically it just hangs, kind of hangs at an angle, which means when you engage it, and typically it pulls the snares outward and then up. So it kind of pulls it across and then up, and you don't get as much, you don't get even tension across the bottom head as much as you would with a lifting system, which is much like this particular drum here. So you can see those are completely 100% parallel to the head. So when you engage it, it pulls that straight up. Now to accomplish that, inside there's a rod that goes back and forth that connects each of these points together so it can move in unison. That way these snares can be lifted completely up, straight up, and make contact with the head, and conversely, when you lift up on it, it will drop the snares an equal amount of distance off the head. So you don't have to worry about any snare buzz from the snares on one side here rattling against that bottom head. It's completely clean, no problems whatsoever with that. What I thought was really interesting about this is the lever is opposite of what you would see in most modern drums. Typically when you want to engage the snares, you lift up on the lever so it can stretch and lift the snare strands up on the bottom head. This works differently because you don't fight gravity. You push it down to engage your snares. You don't ever have to worry about this dropping down in the middle of playing. Let's say you have a modern snare and you lift up to engage your snares and you're playing. Sometimes these snare throw-offs can fall down in the middle of playing. It's not very common, but it can happen. You avoid that problem completely with this system because gravity is working with you. So you push down and that engages the snares. You have the ability to adjust the snares here. I have it basically at the loosest tension because I put these on probably a little tighter than I needed to. The cool thing about this too is, give you a closer look, you can see they attach the snare strands individually. This is a 12-strand snare. It's missing 2 strands, and I'm missing one of the screws as well. So a really cool system. I really enjoyed working on this. The hardware that you see on it, it's nickel over brass. I've never owned anything or worked with anything with a nickel finish, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. It's very interesting. It's not quite as shiny as chrome, but it gives it a nice, clean, impressive look. So let's give it a little sound sample. Get this back on the stand. Snares are disengaged, lever is up. And snares on. Projects really well. This is a really dense shell. It looks to be some kind of oak with really big beefy oak re-rings on it. So it's a very dense wood, so it's going to give a lot of projection, a lot of sound. As you noticed, or may have noticed, The tensioning system is a bit different. This is prior to using drum keys, so you have to use a slotted screwdriver for each of these. Makes tuning a little more challenging, just takes a little more time, but that's the way it was done. As you can see, these are, I'm guessing, the original heads. They appear to be. The flesh hoops that are holding the material on are, they're not metal, they're actual flesh hoops. It's hard to tell on the top surface, but the bottom one definitely looks like a calfskin surface, so that's pretty cool. I was doing a little bit of reading on this particular drum company, and they did have some kind of proprietary system they were using to create drum heads. So this top one may be of that style, but I have to do a little more work on that. So very cool. Just wanted to share that with you. Once again, Imperial Drums out of Switzerland. Cool little snare. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care, guys.